Hello and welcome to this Low Code in 30. My name is Simon Black and I'm a platform evangelist here at Mendix. In today's Low Code in 30, we'll take a look at how you can create engaging apps using a multi-experience platform. In this webinar, we'll cover what you've previously missed in our Low Code in 30 series. We'll take a look at the evolution of experiences and what it means to be a multi-experience platform. We'll look at how Mendix addresses multi-experience development platform and showcase to you an example use case with a demo of the platform. These Low Code in 30s run on a monthly basis and they cover a range of topics, everything from collaborative visual development through to comprehensive application security. And if you want to catch up on anything you've missed, you can find all of our webinars on our YouTube channel and at mendix.com/demos. So make sure you subscribe to get the latest updates in Low Code in 30. Over the past decade, the way that users interact with technology has dramatically changed. The world has moved away from desktop-only apps to web, mobile and finally multi-channel. But we are now in a new era of multi-experience, where users expect to be able to pick up their workloads on any device, whether it be using a mobile, tablet, wearables or voice. Seamlessly moving between these different experiences and the devices remembering where the user was in their journey. It's not just us that has noticed this trend. Analysts like Gartner have adapted their mobile development quadrants to reflect this change in consumer needs. Each time the quadrant builds on top of the previous, adding new required functionality. Originally, mobile development was split into two quadrants, the Mobile Enterprise Application Platform and the Mobile Consumer Application Platform. Both of these types of platforms provided middleware to help support developers to create mobile apps to support different operating systems, but had different features to support consumer and enterprise workloads. Soon, MCAP and MEAP merged into the MADP, or the Mobile Application Development Platforms, as there was a clear need from organisations to be able to build multiple form factors using a low-code platform and support all types of applications including B2C, B2E and B2B. This year, the quadrant has once again evolved, becoming the MXDP, or Multi-Experience Development Platform. This is the result of a huge increase in the use of new interfaces, such as chat, AR and voice. But to support these new types of interfaces, the platform needs to provide a number of DevOps tools and support cloud-native architecture, allowing a range of developers to quickly build and scale out multiple user experiences. The Mendix platform has always strived to drive innovation and deliver new features that our customers and analysts are seeing as being essential to support great user experiences. This is why this year Mendix was named a leader in the Gartner Multi-Experience Development Platform quadrant. And Gartner predicts that by 2023, more than 25% of the mobile apps, progressive web apps and conversational apps at large enterprises will be built and or run through a multi-experience development platform. So if you're interested in knowing why we were named a leader and you want to see more information about the quadrant, you can download this from our website. But we believe there are three core reasons why we are named a leader in this quadrant. And these are that we deliver great user experience across all channels. We help organisations adopt DesignOps best practices. And finally, our architectural foundation allows for scale, performance and portability. The Mendix platform comes with a series of out-of-the-box page templates, themes, layouts and widgets to ensure your user interface works across all platforms. Users can access their applications at any time, regardless of connectivity, by leveraging the offline-first mobile strategy. Any app built in the platform can be presented in multiple form factors, whether it be on mobile, tablet, web, or wearables. More and more organisations are embracing agile, CI/CD tools and DevOps within their application delivery practices. These concepts are built into the core platform of Mendix, but take DevOps a stage further to include design ops. Design ops conceptually layers on top of DevOps to operationalize your organization's approach to product design. It makes design an integral part of the application lifecycle, applying design thinking techniques to test assumptions from initial concept to solution design and delivery. By leveraging our two IDEs, the Mendix Studio and the Studio Pro, the entire development team, including business and IT stakeholders, can collaborate and build together. Both the IDEs use visual models to build full-stack applications, and the Studio is focused at our citizen developers. Business users who may have no experience in development can kickstart their idea and start to design an application or contribute to an existing one, allowing citizen developers to rapidly test assumptions before delivery of a full application. On the right-hand side, we have the Studio Pro, focused at our IT developers. Inside the Studio Pro, developers can create code extensions, integrations, and review all changes made by our business users in the Studio. By having two IDEs, the Mendix platform can cover both no-code and low-code development. To ensure that applications are built at speed, it's important that we accelerate every part of the application lifecycle. The Mendix platform covers everything from capturing requirements, planning, development, deployment, and review, allowing applications to be built 6 to 10 times faster than traditional development. By rapidly iterating over an application, users can ensure that they are delivering the requirements of their users. To deliver effective experiences across devices, it's important that we have an architectural foundation that supports these different workloads. User interfaces such as AI and IoT require a scalable architecture to deal with potential heavy workloads. All Mendix applications adhere to 15-factor app architecture, ensuring portability and scale across infrastructure. The platform utilizes container technology such as Cloud Foundry, Docker, or Kubernetes to ensure applications can support high availability and auto-recovery. The use case that we're going to look at today is for a microbrewery. MX Beverage has several bars and restaurants across the UK where they sell their beers, wines and non-alcoholic beverages. As an additional revenue stream, they want to provide tours of the brewery. During the tour, visitors want to be able to use their mobile device to identify certain beers and order personalised bottles. These bottles will be manufactured and shipped to the customer at several locations. After the customer has purchased their personalised bottle, they need to be able to easily check the progress of the order. To do so, MX Beverage provides several support services via their Alexa skill and their online chatbot. To help support these processes, the Mendix platform allows for creation of multiple user experiences. These can be developed inside one application or part of several, allowing data and services to pass between them and allow the different experiences to access data across applications. So let's jump into the demo to give you a glimpse into the power of the Mendix platform. In this demonstration, we'll showcase how we can build out multiple device experiences for our consumers. By leveraging the Mendix platform, we can build out different device experiences and allow those to communicate together to bring a great user experience to our consumers. The first user experience we'll look at is building out native mobile applications. We'll be utilising the Mendix 8 native capabilities, which was launched last month. As part of this release, we released a testing tool which is called the Make It Native app. It allows you to test out your applications by leveraging the device features and functionalities without going through the App Store approval. You can connect it up to an application and launch it to be able to test those native capabilities. When we launch this particular application, we can see the new features and functionalities that are available as part of this application. By leveraging native capabilities, we're able to give that great user experience for a particular device. Experiences that consumers are used to when using applications such as Facebook and Instagram. It uses the same technology, which is called React Native, allowing you to transition easily between those pages and allows you to give a great user experience to your consumers. Inside this application, we're able to browse a number of items from our store, but also able to order new items. To order new items, we can simply use our scan feature, which uses image recognition to detect certain bottles. Once it's detected a bottle, it can then choose to buy this particular item or not. In this case, we can see we've got a new bottle item, and it's currently suggesting that this is worth $4 because we are ordering 2 bottles. We can slide and increase this, and this will automatically update our price for us. Using client-side logic, we can make sure that all of that decisions and calculations are performed on the device, meaning that we can do everything without connectivity, working completely offline on this mobile application and sync that data back when needed. We can add some personalized text to our particular bottle. So in this case, we want to have our name displayed on the label. If we select next, we can then choose whether we want this particular item to be delivered or collected from a number of convenient locations. We can select collection, and from here we can select from a map overview each of those locations and where it wants to be delivered. When it's delivered to those particular locations, it will be placed in one of our smart lockers. Inside those smart lockers, we can open them up using our mobile device. And this is something we showcased at our Mendix World event. If we hit the buy button here, it will then give us a congratulations message to say we've purchased this particular item. It will also send us a push notification to our device so that we can actually see and confirm that we've ordered this particular item. Now, as we're working with this particular application, our consumers might want to add new functionality, or they might request new functionality. In this case, they want to be able to authenticate before actually buying this particular item. So using their biometrics ID, such as their fingerprint or their image recognition, we want to be able to check their identity before actually allowing them to purchase. So to do so, we're actually going to implement a new feature, and we're going to implement that using the Mendix Studio Pro. Inside the Mendix Studio Pro, we can build out our pages, logic and data for our application, regardless of what user experience and device we're using. Here we can drag and drop and build out our experience for our mobile application, but also build out the logic behind certain buttons and interfaces. In this case, we're going to build out a new functionality, which is going to be to identify them using their fingerprint recognition. If we drag on a new activity to this buy flow, we can then check and choose from a number of actions and activities. These can be either native to the Mendis platform or downloaded from our App Store. Our App Store is our component library, allowing you to accelerate and extend the capabilities of the platform itself. In this case, we want to check their biometric authentication. We want to be able to see whether they have the right authentication or not. So we're going to say whether this fingerprint is okay or not. And we can then add in a decision point. Inside that decision point, we can then decide whether it's a valid fingerprint or not. If it is, we want them to be able to purchase the item. Otherwise, we want to be able to just display a message to them saying it's not a valid fingerprint. All we need to do now is actually redeploy our application. So by running locally, this will build us a new version of our application. It will hot reload this on our mobile device, and allow us to now start testing out that new functionality. So let's go ahead and scan that new item again. So we're going to scan our bottle first of all. Hit buy. Select some personalized text. Select our location. And finally, when we hit buy now, we brought up this option to authenticate with our fingerprint. If we touch our fingerprint on that item now, it will now confirm us and allow us to purchase this item. So we'll now get a confirmation as a push notification again of our item. Now the next functionality that we want to showcase is that quite often consumers forget or want to be able to change their order on the go. And one of the convenient functionalities that are out there at the moment is being able to order and change information using your voice. So we've actually extended this application and added in voice capabilities. So we can ask, Alexa, ask brewery to change my order.
How would you like to change your last order? Update quantity, delivery address or cancel?
Quantity.
How many bottles would you prefer?
10.
Thanks. We have updated your order SO 3,779 to 10 bottles. Your total order value is now $20. Have a great rest of your day.
So now by using Amazon Alexa, we've been able to actually update our order. And this has pushed this through into our mobile application. Because we've now got push notifications in our application, we can see here that our last order has been updated by 10 bottles. So we have experiences across different devices, but all of that data is flowing in together to bring a unique experience to our consumers. So far in our demonstration, we've showcased how you can leverage native capabilities to bring a great user experience to your consumers, as well as leveraging voice capabilities to allow your consumers to ask questions about their order status and update their order on the go. But these user interfaces only cover a small portion of the amount of experiences that modern enterprises need to cover. One important feature and user experience we need to cover is being able to create web applications that respond to the browser, whether they be in native or whether they be on a mobile device, tablet or web. And also we need to be able to support and communicate with our customers. By leveraging a chatbot, we're able to provide 24/7 support to our users. So let's switch over to our browser now to see those new functionality. So here in this online application, we can do the same process as we did on our mobile application. We can choose certain products and update the quantity by simply typing for certain information. So we might want a house wine. We can slide this information, the quantity, to update our total. Now this application runs across device, whether it be on mobile or tablet. It will respond to the actual device it's on. Out of the box, all Mendix applications utilize responsive design, allow you to create beautiful applications across device. You can also build your own custom look and feel for different device types and build out native applications like I showed you earlier in the previous demonstration. So within this application, we've also built into it a friendly chatbot. And Mike here is able to actually ask us questions and be able to support us in a 24/7 manner. And this is because we're using an online chatbot. We're using IBM Watson to allow us to actually ask certain questions and respond with certain information that is combined with Mendix data. So information about our orders, information about delivery times are stored in the Mendix application and supplemented with information from IBM Watson. So we've trained this bot here to respond to certain questions. So if we say, I would like to know the status of my order, it will ask me for the order ID, and we can use the order ID that we created earlier. So it was SO 3779. and it will respond back with the status for this particular order. So we can see now it's currently in the manufacturing stage. So it's looked up that particular order in the Mendix application and presented a particular stage to the user now. Within this chatbot, we've also embedded some voice controls so that we can actually use our APIs available in the web here to actually capture a certain audio and convert that into text. So we can ask, tell me a joke. There we are. So we see it's transcribed that into text now, and we can then submit that to our chatbot, and it will come back with a relevant joke. In this case, can a kangaroo jump higher than a house? Of course, houses can't jump. So very intuitive chatbot that we've created here. And it just goes to show how easy you can embed these type of experiences in your application and bring a new level of user experience to your consumers. Now, as we're going through this application, we might decide during the development stage that we want to make a change to this application. And as a citizen developer, someone from the business, I want to be able to make those changes and be in control of those. And to do so, every Mendix application has a feedback button on the right-hand side here. This allows you to do a number of things. It allows you to submit feedback for certain items that you want to work on. So by clicking on the feedback icon here, we can enter certain information. And in this case, we've forgotten to add in the descriptive text that we want to add, and also an example delivery date for when we want this particular item to be delivered to us. So we can enter some feedback and we say, I would like a delivery date and personalized text. Hit send. This will send all of this information into our online project management portal, where we can gather those requirements, we can manage them out, and we can start to develop our application together. So if we switch now into the Mendix home portal, this is where we can start to manage out those feedback items. So all applications built on the platform will be built using the Mendix online tool here. So you can manage your requirements, your projects, and invite a number of stakeholders to those applications. If we drill down on this particular project, we can see in the feedback section, this is where we can manage out those feedback. We can view details about who submitted them, where they submitted them, and information such as what browser they were on, device, and it will have a screenshot with it. As a product owner, I can then decide whether I want to accept or deny this particular request. In this case, we can mark it as accepted, and we can mark it for a particular sprint. This will create us now a user story so that we can collaborate with people from the business and IT around that particular requirement. So now we've got that particular requirement, we want to go and implement it. So it's always important to have that change request in place in order to track through all of the changes in the platform. Now, if we go back to our application, one of the other features that's available as part of this feedback button is this pencil icon. If we press this, this will take us into the edit mode within the Mendix Studio. If you remember back to my descriptions, Mendix Studio is focused at citizen developers, business users who want to be involved during the development lifecycle and want to be able to quickly update changes in their browser here. So the change we want to make is we want to add two fields. The first one is we want to have a text field so we can input the personalized text, and we want a date picker so that we can actually implement the information such as the delivery date. Now, in this browser here, we can just simply drag and drop, and we can take a design first approach to application build. Rather than building from a data up, we can build from the pages and then create the relevant data in our structure. So here on the left hand side here, ask us to select an attribute. So where do we want to actually store that data? And you'll notice in these selected attributes, we don't have a field yet for our personalized text. So let's create a new attribute to store that information. And it will automatically associate that particular field now to our new data item. The final piece we want to add is a new date for the delivery. So by leveraging the Mendix Studio, we can really empower our developers and our business users across the enterprise. So again, we don't have a field for that particular delivery date, so we can just add that in now. When we run this application, what it will do is it will build us this application, it will connect to the database of our choice, and update all the fields necessary for this particular application. So all of those changes are completely versioned now, and they will be checked out and updated by our users in the Studio Pro. So if we want to actually pull those changes through and check them out, all we need to do is switch over to the Studio Pro environment. And from there, we can actually update and view those changes that they've made. Now, if I press update, what this will do is it will lock the changes in our web modeler environment so that they cannot change this particular application whilst we're updating those versions. So by doing this, we're able to give control to those technology users in the desktop environment to actually version control and check everything before committing it into the mainline. So here we've updated all those changes, and if we go into our page here, we'll see those same changes in our application. So changes across both studios are kept in sync. So now we've got those changes to our application, we need somewhere to deploy this. And the great advantage of Mendix is that we can deploy our application and run it in any cloud stack, on-premise or private cloud offering, giving true flexibility of being able to deploy and utilize any type of infrastructure. Now for this application, it's connected up to our Mendix cloud. If we go back to the developer portal, this is where we can manage out those environments and we can see certain versions of this application being built. Now, one of the major advantages of Mendix is that every part of the platform has an API, including the build capabilities. So being able to build a new version and deploy it into an environment. This is especially important when building out your own DevOps toolchains. In this case, we built out our own DevOps toolchain for this demo, which leverages Amazon Alexa to build and deploy our application. So we can ask Alexa, ask Mendix to build my app.
Building revision 82 with version number 1.0.0.
So we can see here that they've started to build an application. We'll see our screen here update with the new build. Here we are. So we have 82 currently being built. Once it's built, we're able to then stage it into acceptance and production by using the voice capabilities again. So now that our application is being built, we can ask Alexa, ask Mendix to deploy my app to acceptance.
Deploying version 1.0.0.82 to acceptance.
So now that we've initiated that particular build and deploy into acceptance, it will go through that process of updating our application, updating the relevant database, and then make this particular version available on our acceptance environment. So we can see here the app has stopped on acceptance. So we can see here now our application is updated with the new version, and we can actually go and view that application now in our browser. So we've deployed that out to an environment running on the Mendix cloud. In this case, the Mendix cloud runs through Cloud Foundry and AWS is our infrastructure, allowing for scale and portability across environments. So we can see here we have our new personalized text and delivery date deployed out to our acceptance environment. So in the last 30 minutes, we've been able to demonstrate to you how the Mendix platform addresses multi-device experience platforms and how we can leverage the capabilities to bring great user experience to our users across device and also across interface. I hope you've enjoyed this Low Code in 30. Make sure you check out our community webinar, which we'll be running later this month, which will cover some more user interfaces, such as wearable devices via a HoloLens. We'll now move on to the question and answer section.